Hello and welcome to lesson 24 of the Learning Guitar series. Last lesson we started looking at, again, G minor, but in the shape of what we call C minor. So this is C major. The minor version of it is quite articulated. Can be played like this or like this. You'll see it anyway in the, even if you cannot clearly see what I'm doing, anyway you'll be able to see it in the PDF that I'm attaching to this lesson. In fact, I kind of put together, as usual, a little PDF for chords, and there's a couple of pages. It starts with the scale, so you have a reference, and within the scale you can see the chord I'm referencing, so that this is, whatever key you want to choose, that's the minor version. That's the scale that goes with it. And these are, I'm extrapolating it so you can see it. And these are possible inversions of it, just with 3 notes. So it's still 1-5, flat 3, flat 3, 1-5. There's different ways of playing the same thing using notes from this scale. So you have your minor 7, minor 6, again, minor 7, minor 9. There are many, many interesting chords you can get from within this cage. And so I suggest you go through these 2 pages of chords, discovering them. Once again, like the thing with studying chords, I personally find studying chords sometimes a little bit more of a blurry routine. What do I mean by that? It's like practicing a scale, deciding how to practice a scale in a way is relatively simple. But I mean, we learn a new scale. Let's take the shape that we're doing. So this shape of A, okay? So this is C major, right? And because this is C major, C Ionian, this is also D Dorian, okay? So we're looking at D minor. And it's the same note, right? And these are the shape I just showed you. Just now I transpose them, instead of playing in G, I'm playing in D minor. So D minor 9, D minor 7, D minor 6, 9, with 11, with a 5th on top. As I say, there is plenty of interesting sound, okay? With a 5th on top, you can have it with a flat 7 on top, plenty, okay? How do we start practicing all these chords that we keep adding? In this case, my suggestion is let's practice the progression, which is just like chord 1 going to chord number 2. I'm going to do this in the key of C. Actually, let's do this in the key of G, so I can show you with all the shapes we've done so far. So we're going to go from G major to A minor, okay? In the key of G, G is going to be chord number 1, and A minor is chord number 2. So what you have here, say for example, big G major in the shape of E, big A minor in the shape of E, okay? So these are 2 shapes that you already studied. And of course, there is a bunch of forms that you can find in the PDFs for both. What you want to start doing is moving from one to the other. You can do it in a chord melody fashion, so maybe take a note at the top and move that. So for example, I can do G major 7, G major with a 6 on top, or the 13, and then A minor, A minor 6, A minor 7. So I have this kind of melody. That's with a 6 and a 9 and a 5. Don't forget, if this is G major, this is the scale that goes with it, right? So the top note can be easily used for melody, okay? So these are all G major, sometimes with a major 7 and the 3rd in the harmony, sometimes with a 6 and a 9. Same thing. Now, the second shape, when you are in G major, will be your shape of D, okay? And when you are in A minor, obviously it's the big E minor. The scale is the same, because Ionian and Dorian are the same notes. So in terms of melodic notes, for A minor, I have this at the top, which I can say, if I use this as a basis, any combination. I could have these two notes at the same time. And I can start moving in between one and the other, trying, you know, as I said, if you want to do a little bit of chord melody, trying to juggle these two particular, the bottom part, right, of the chord. Here, so you have G major, shape of A, and now we're doing the new shape we just learned. So, this is A minor 7. So this is the new shape you're actually practicing this week. So I'm just going G. So as you can see at the moment, in terms of G major, I can. These are all G major, some, you know, major 7, major 6, but to me they're all G major. And now I have a bunch of A minors. And I simply, like I said, as an exercise, you can just alternate. Imagine you're playing something like this. I'm going to make it very, very simple. That's basically all you're playing, okay? Whatever rhythm you want to apply to it, but that's pretty much it. It's just that I'm adding colors. I'm adding Dorian colors for minor, and I'm adding colors for Ionian. So for Ionian, more likely I'll be adding 6, 9, probably not 11, major 7 for sure. And for Dorian, for A minor, we know that we can add 6, 9, 7, flat 7, and 13, okay? So you start having something that sounds like this. Okay, I hope it makes sense. As a chord is somehow like the most elusive things in a way to practice. So pick up a few shape from major and a few shape from Dorian and try this exercise. You can also try to stay in the same key. So in this case, say, again, let's use the key of G. In this case, we're going from G major, so G Ionian, to G minor. Okay, so we're actually changing key. So you have G major, so this basically, G minor, G major, G minor. If you move shape, G major, G minor, G major, and this is the new chord, G minor. Okay, we're just gonna move in between these two. Same technique. Oh, sorry, G minor. I went to a minor. G major. G minor. G major. G minor. G major. So in case you're wondering, as I said, the notes I'm using to kind of create a little bit of a melody, let's put it that way. In this case, it's not very sophisticated, but, you know, just adding colors to the chord. They are simply notes from the scale. Make sure you do this in different keys. So, you know, I'm doing most of this work in G, just for consistency reason in a way, so you can compare things that you studied so far, so major versus minor, and see the differences. But obviously, you know, music is not all in G, okay? So you might want to do all possible keys. Okay, that's it for this particular lesson. We're getting, you know, we got 2 more shapes, and we're gonna close Dorian. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.